I need $1 bad.
We are live, week 2, picks and tricks after a great week 1 for some, not for all.
It was okay for some.
It was okay for some, amazing for others. We are missing IT Joel and our sharpest player, Tony Finster. So that's always
least sharp, actually.
He's always a tragedy. Hopefully you heard the sarcasm there. Yeah, we got a great week 2 ahead of us. Sorry,
is it great?
Yes, we got a great week 2 ahead of us.
Everything's great when the Steelers are winning.
Absolutely. We're just gonna jump right into it. Week 2, gotta get used to that. Week 2. Bills on the road in Miami on the short week. Bills plus 2.5, minus 110. Miami laying the 2.5. Over under 49, shaded to the under. Hunter, take us away.
Yeah, I don't like this line. I think it's a trap line either way. I think it's a gross line. My stance on this, I think this is just going to be a fun game. Both offenses are good. Dolphins only put up 20 week 1. Bills put up 34 in a shootout. From a betting standpoint, I am just going to sit back, probably crack open a Miller, and bet the over. I'm going to lock in the over 49 minus 108, hoping for points here.
How many units on that?
1 unit, minus 108. Josh Allen's going to do him. I honestly expect the Bills to start off slow. First quarter spread, I know we don't touch those a lot, but I like the Dolphins to come out hot in this game. Probably cool off, but I could see some garbage time points in the fourth quarter. But yeah, I just want to have some fun on this game, and I'll just stick with the over on this one.
Luke?
Yeah, I think this is just straight up this is just a boat race, and I don't think that the Bills have the fucking firepower to keep up with the Dolphins in this one. I think the Bills' defense is bad. You guys know my feelings on Sean McDermott. I think if they play this, I think when they play again, Bills will probably win, but I think Dolphins run away with this one. I'm taking Dolphins minus 2.5 for you.
Brandon and Corey, I'll finish this up. Interesting takes. I was not expecting this from my fellow podcasters.
I don't like the Dolphins that much, but the Bills' offense, they just don't have the weapons that Miami has, and their defense is not going to hold up.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't love this game, but to Hunter's point, Miami only scored 20 points last week, but they did have 400 total yards of offense. So I see where you're coming from with the over, but like I said last week, the Bills are an under team for me for the season, and I don't love it in this spot, so I'm staying away.
So no bet?
No bet.
No
Gotcha.
play Brant. Classic.
Me...
He's got to get sharp.
I'm going to go with Luke here. I also like the Dolphins minus 2.5 at home. What do you mean, fuck? I was second best bet of the week.
Luke said,
it's up you.
You gave me 2 losers on Saturday.
So wait till the first place line chaser gets in line. I know that's what everybody came here to really listen to.
We know who you're betting on, buddy. We already know your pick.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Corey, go ahead.
I'll take the Dolphins minus 2.5. I kind of think that the popular bet will be taking the Bills, considering they just beat the Cardinals. The Dolphins didn't look too good against the Jaguars. Give me the 2.5 here at home in Miami, and yeah.
Does Tyreek get arrested before this game?
Possibly.
Tyreek to get arrested plus 400. I will not be taking that line.
Will it be for domestic abuse or speeding?
Both.
Yeah,
man.
He's fine.
Get Drew! Get Drew down here!
I am going to start off right away because this is my whale play. Bills plus 2.5, 3 units. Bills are ahead of Miami in my power rankings. So obviously the better team catching points here is a no-brainer for me. I'm all in. Miami's offense was very boom or bust. That's kind of why the 400 yards of offense didn't translate to 30-plus points. They were very boom or bust offense. Buffalo struggles defensively first half, but really tightens up second half, and that showed in the numbers with Kyler only throwing for $160 and some change. And that game finished just 34 if we don't get the first dynamic kick return of the season. So for me, it's an easy no-brainer play. Bills plus 2.5. Contemplating just taking the money line, but last time this game played, Buffalo won 21-19 the first outing, and I'm drawing a blank on the second outing, but I know that Buffalo beat Miami. The second
In Miami
as
to
well.
win the division.
Exactly. So Buffalo kind of pretty dominant against Miami, so I'm going to stick with it. Catching the points. Also, another note, Devon Achane is not going to play this game, so keep that in mind.
Is that confirmed?
He's not practiced Monday or today. Missed both practices.
Mostert's on the injury report.
Mostert is also hurt. He's not going to play this game either.
Jalen
Wright
Wright
season,
season,
Wright.
Corey.
So
Are you worried about Josh Allen's arm injury at all being on a Thursday?
left hand.
I get it.
Not
but,
worried.
I mean,
Not
he's not
worried.
going to try and have
Josh
one less stiff
Allen.
arm.
Josh Allen is not a bitch. Quote me. So no problem. But I think that's something you guys didn't take into factor with Miami bet is
I'm gonna put that on the
Achane
spreadsheet.
and Mostert will
I don't give a
not
fuck
play
who's
this
running the
game.
ball back there. If Mike McDaniel's drawing up the run scheme, it don't fucking matter.
Achane's the
Well,
third. Achane's the third head in this offense, but he did catch 7 for 76 yards. So he's
Jeff Wilson and Jalen Wright can run it. We'll be fine.
He's the third head in this offense, so another play on this. I think this line comes off the 2.5 later in the week and gets closer to pick. 2 more plays. There were plops for this game, so I went ahead and picked these, and I'm going to throw these out here. Keon Coleman over 43.5 receiving yards, 2-unit play for me. Coleman had the highest snap count of all Bills receivers at, which is surprising, 45 snaps. He led all Bills receivers as a rook. I think this is his breakout game. He's going to break out versus Miami and going to be a big play machine this game.
You think he can get off Jalen Ramsey? He has no separation.
Jalen Ramsey's not going to follow him. He's a rookie.
But
I'm not-
Jalen Ramsey.
43.5.
Yeah, 43.5 2-unit play. Honestly, Ramsey wasn't covered shit last week, so let's be real here. The dude is
Well, Brian
washed.
Thomas a little bit better than Keon Coleman.
Yeah, pipe down, buddy.
that.
I'm not
Trevor Lawrence
worried.
is a fucking
Breakout game versus Miami. This is the Keon Coleman show this game. 2-unit play for me there. Next unit, Dalton Kincaid over 44.5 receiving yards, 2-unit play for me. Only player that had more snaps than Keon Coleman was Dalton Kincaid at, which is surprising, 52 snaps. So Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid had the highest snap count as a receiver in the game. Yes, he had a rough week 1, but I love playing the bounce back here for him. And look for him and Coleman to have big games here. 2-unit play for me over 44.5.
What was the line on that, Kincaid?
44.5.
Corey, go ahead and slap a unit on that for me as well.
2 units for Connor and 1 for you.
I really like that line.
Yep.
All right, was that 2 or 1 unit on Kincaid?
That's a 2-unit plays. Both those in a 3-unit play for
So
the
7
Bills.
unit Wow,
That's a
Thursday
7-unit Thursday night. Yeah, I'm all in.
That's crazy.
I'm
Thursday night is
all in.
by far the most unpredictable night.
I wouldn't say that. I think Monday night is, but that's just me. Actually, you might be right. Thursday's usually a short week. Thursday's usually a short week.
It's crazy shit happens on Thursdays, but maybe it's good crazy shit for you.
Moving on. Sorry, I had to click some things off. Raiders on the road in Baltimore. Baltimore laying 9.5. Biggest point spread of the week. Probably a lot of survivor picks here. Raiders catching 9.5. Shaded to the 9.5 for the Ravens. So this could potentially see the 10. Over under 41.5. Minus 110. Brant, go ahead and lead us off here on this game.
This is a game script game for me. I don't think that Baltimore is going to be happy week to week with Lamar having 16 rushing attempts. I think they're going to really press the issue of getting Henry established here.
I agree.
And I think the number is too big for a total this low. They don't pair up very well, so I'm playing Raiders plus 9.5 for a unit and the under for a unit.
All right.
Corey, Luke.
You want to go, Corey? You want me to?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, this is a pretty simple play here. The Ravens kick the absolute dick out of teams that suck, and the Raiders fucking blow. So we're gonna take Ravens minus 9.5 here. We're not gonna think twice about it. 1 year Ravens minus 9.5. I don't know if the Raiders will score. So
There's an
Ravens minus
overreactor.
9.5.
There's an overreactor right there. It's all right though. Corey,
Do you disagree that the Ravens kick the shit out of bad teams every single year?
I'm not disagreeing
I think
with that.
the Ravens, more than any other team, get credit for what their teams have done in the past. It is a different team than what is played last
All
year.
right, fair. We talk about this. That's more defensively. I'm simply talking about the fact that Lamar builds his MVP seasons off of beating the fuck out of bad
Here's
teams.
my take, and I'll you know what? I'll wait. Corey.
Yeah, if I were to lean one play here, I'd also go with the Ravens, but I have no play on this game. I don't like it at all.
Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Lamar Jackson. I'm back. I'm the 2-time MVP for a reason. I expect also an ass kicking. I expect Zamir White. I don't know what his line is. I don't really care. I'm leaning his under. I also have Ravens minus 9.5 for 1 unit. Raiders did not impress me week 1 versus a not very good Chargers defense. Gardner Minshew looked like he didn't know who to throw to, didn't know what the ball was doing. Zeus ran well, other than the fumble. He just didn't get a lot of attempts because of game script. And then I don't have it. We're not doing half unit bets, but I don't know what the line's going to be. Derrick Henry anytime, and then a sprinkle on Derrick Henry 2+ touchdowns. I'm not betting those. Those are just leans.
Just a spring.
But just a sprink. But I agree with Brant wholeheartedly. Derrick Henry cannot get the ball that little if you want to have Lamar for this whole entire season. But I do expect a absolute masterclass from Harbaugh here. Go Ravens.
Yeah, this is why I love this show. All right, because we all have different opinions. I see how you guys keep touching on the Ravens are going to score a lot of points, but I think you guys aren't giving the Chargers defense enough credit. I mean, Harbaugh defenses have always been historically good defenses, and this Chargers roster on the defensive side is not bad at all.
Okay.
At
Name
all.
one secondary player.
Brother.
Derwin James. Pipe
Name
down.
Miller.
Asante Samuel Jr.
You have Joey Bosa and Derwin James.
Asante Samuel's there. Just saying. Anywho, my play is over 41.5. Raiders offensively struggled. They did lose that game. But Ravens will do what they do. They score 21 plus easy. Raiders keep it competitive, though. Try not to go 0-2 and playing the bounce back. Historically, and if you know, you know, teams that start 0-1 that play 1-0 teams, usually
I think
those
both
games.
these teams are 0-1.
Both of these teams are 0-1.
Good stat though.
Well, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna
Next-gen
chalk that
stats,
up.
basically.
I'm gonna chalk that up as a Ravens win. Okay, and I'm gonna go along with the stat. That's actually hilarious. But Raiders are, to me, it's still an average team. I'm not gonna overreact to the loss week 1. I'm not buying that the Raiders are a bad team just yet. I think they play a better game here, and that's why I think this
coming
total
into
is
the
too.
season.
That's why I think this total is too short.
They were an average coming into the season. They
Which
were
to me,
very
Raiders
much
were an
the worst
average team. Over 41.5, 1 unit.
I like
my
that
play.
line. I mean, I think it's a low line. The Ravens could score 35 alone.
I'm getting the hook at 42, so if it's 21-21, I cover. So I'll take it.
I think-
Sorry, there you go.
The Ravens could have a lot of offensive success and not see it translate to a lot of points, like I was saying earlier. I think that if they control the game on the ground and the Raiders are playing conservatively, like I'm not playing this game because I think that the Raiders are going to win outright. I just think that the number's too big. And I think this will be the first game over in the 1 o'clock slate. I think that clock's going to tick all game long.
Antonio Pierce.
Well,
loves that clock tick.
Let me give you a game
Brian, you're
that's.
on the-
Sorry, go ahead.
Brent, you're on the under in what?
And Raiders plus 9.5.
Gotcha.
Well, let me give you a game that will not finish before this. Is the Saints Cowboys, New Orleans on the road in Jerry World. Dallas 6.5 point favorite minus 110, over under 45.5, minus 112 to the over. Luke, tell me you got something for this.
I think that this is just classic. Don't overreact to either one. Saints beat the brakes off of a very pathetic, sad team. Cowboys did the same thing. Even though Cowboys didn't look as good as the score kind of showed. I think this is a lot of points for the Saints, but I also think that the Saints might still not be that good. So I'm not going to put anything in this game, but I think that I would lean the Saints here. I don't think that the Cowboys are as good as people are going to give them credit for their win against the Browns. But I also don't think the Saints. I still don't know about these teams, so I'm staying away from this one. But that's my spiel.
Hunter?
Couldn't agree more with Luke here. Weird game to me. I could see a blowout. I could see this being close. I have question marks for both teams, or either one for real. Losing Jake Ferguson, I'm curious to see what they do, and also I don't expect Zeke to be at anything. So it's going to really depend on what CD does. And then what's Olave going to do? Bad week one for him with Derek Carr having so much success with 3 touchdowns. Shaheed's also a question mark. I mean,
And that's definitely Derek Carr's ceiling. 100%.
yes, absolutely.
Are you kidding me? They scored 47
Well, okay,
points.
Okay,
As of
I'm
right
just
now. As of right now.
Hunter,
That's
my
the
one
ceiling.
note for this game was this is my are we sure they're good game. That's what this is.
Yes,
I will walk out of here. One of these teams I will think is good, or I'll think both are bad. No way I think both are good.
I have that in my notes. Either one are for real. I'm also staying away from this game. I have under 45.5 as a lean. I could see, once again, the blowout kind of scares me because I could see the Cowboys doing it, but I could also seeing it be a 20-17 game. I don't know, so I'm going to stay as far away from this one as possible.
Brant?
I don't think that the last game is really what New Orleans' offense is going to look like for the season. I mean, outside of
Panthers
the
guy.
outside of the 60-yard touchdown to Rashid Shaheed, Carr didn't really have that efficient of a game. He only had 200 yards passing. Like I said, 60 of it was on that first drive touchdown to Shaheed. I think Olave will get the ball more. I think Kamara will be more involved in the passing game, even more than his 5 receptions that he had. But I don't see how you can bet this game when the 2 games that these 2 teams played in were so volatile and crazy and unpredictable last week. I'm staying away.
Corey?
I kind of love this game a lot here.
This is why we pay him the big
Agreed.
bucks.
This is why you give
This
me
is
the
the
big
sharpest
bucks.
of the
This is
sharp
why-
right here.
This is why I'm always in the green. Don't quote me on that. But I have a 2-unit
bit.
play on this game, and it's
Wow.
the Saints plus 6.5.
I love it, Corey. I love it.
I really liked what I saw of the Saints last week. Granted, it was against Carolina, and they're very bad. Derek Carr, I feel like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I feel like
He
he's
quite literally
got a lot
is.
of-
His shoulder is chipped.
Good one. Playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's playing good ball right now. And honestly, I don't think the Cowboys' win last week was that impressive because the Browns are bad. The team looked pathetic. Deshaun looked
The sharp
pathetic.
play, Corey.
I really don't think the Cowboys are that good. They were my money line play and my will play, which did hit last week. Plus 311, 4-3.
Plug it. Plug it.
Plug that in. This is a 2-unit play for the Saints, plus 6.5. I think this will be a very close game.
I don't hate this play, Corey, but I will say that I don't think Derek Carr having a chip on his shoulder and being more motivated is a good reason to
He's
make
been
that.
motivated
I
his
think a lot of
whole life.
NFL players have chips on their shoulders. Yeah, he's had a chip on his shoulder for 12 seasons, and it hasn't changed that much for him.
Remember he should have won MVP?
This is different, Derek.
This is why I love this show because, again, I'm on the other side. I'm 1-unit Cowboys minus 6.5, and I will tell you why. Okay, both teams overperform, or do they? Ask yourself.
I mean,
And listen, that's been all the talk this week is Cowboys overperform, Saints overperform.
is that the talk?
That has been the talk all week
People
with
say
all
the
the
Cowboys overperformed.
absolutely,
Yeah, against the Browns.
absolutely. The
defense,
Browns
yeah.
were favored. They were
I
favored.
understand. I was
They
worried about
they
that.
destroyed them.
That
So
was
Cowboys just and here's the thing to me the Cowboys just played how they should and they dominate. I think that line was completely wrong. I think Browns got way too much offseason hype, and it showed. They dominated. That game was way out of reach. They get a garbage time touchdown to break it 20-33. That game was really 33-13, right? I mean, it was over. So, and then Saints on the contrary. Saints definitely overperformed and scored 47, right, in a runaway game. Now they play a good Cowboys team that can rush the QB, and I think this is a big point that you guys have missed is Derek Carr kept clean, is extremely efficient quarterback. Now Derek Carr, when pressured, is an extremely inefficient quarterback, and the thing the Cowboys have, which you saw on full display this Sunday, was pass rush. Deshaun Watson was running the fuck around, couldn't do anything, and struggled.
He also doesn't know how to progress he doesn't know.
Hey, like I said, Carr is historically bad under pressure and great when left clean. Last week showed him left clean against a unexistent Panthers pass rush. This week will be a different story. Cowboys 1 unit. Moving on. 49ers, Vikings. This is going to be a fun game, man. 49ers on the road, short week, coming to Minnesota. Niners lane 6 -110, over under 45, shaded -112. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lead on this because I got an interesting point to make. I'm gonna go ahead and put a 2-unit play on over 45. Looking at both of these teams, they both played great games, both very productive offensives, and now 49ers defense plays Monday night against the Jets team that ran the rock a ton with Breece Hall and is honestly a little bit banged up. Now they come on a short week, fly to Minnesota. So I'm playing into that a lot here. And also playing in that this could be a close game. I mean, I honestly thought I lean Vikings +6 as well. It's not a bet for me. And that's why I went the over instead because it makes a lot more sense to me. Even because in my mind, the 49ers are my second-ranked team behind my Eagles. So this is an overplay for me. We already know what the 49ers offense is going to be, Christian McCaffrey or not. I think Ayuk has a big game this week. And so whatever his yards come out, I'm going to be looking at that. After the poor week 1, I like to bounce back there. So I really do feel like this number is too short and could see this being a big game here. Corey?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know really what to do with this game right now. I liked both defenses last week and how they performed. Granted, the Vikings were playing the Giants, and Daniel Jones is terrible at football. I really have no play here. Just an ugly spot. I don't want to commit my money to anything I don't like.
I'm just gonna. I don't really have a play here either, so I'm just gonna do my little one thing I have here. Sam Darnold was on the 49ers roster last year. Sam Darnold is now the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Hunter Brandt, I don't know if you guys have a play here. I'm gonna start this discussion. Do we think that Shanahan knows Darnold more, or does Darnold know Shanahan's offense more, and he's telling KOC what to do? Do we think the advantage is Vikings or Niners with the Sam Darnold piece?
I think you give the advantage to the Niners there, knowing Darnold's tendencies and his strengths and weaknesses. I don't think that the Niners really run that complicated of an offense. I think they show a lot of the same formations all the time. They run a lot of the same plays out of different formations, just give you different looks with motions and stuff. So I don't think that the Shanahan playbook is some big mystery that you need insider info to figure out. I think they just beat you up front and are better at doing it. So advantage to the Niners there, but I don't have a play.
I've got a play.
Oh yeah.
My guy.
Let's go ahead and lock in 49ers -6 for 1 unit. Let's just bring it back down to reality here for the Vikings. We're going up against a JV defense last week. And you want to talk about ceilings for Derek Carr. Let's talk about ceilings for Sam Darnold. I understand he performed on his offense, and he looked good last week. You could have suited me up, and I could have gotten some yards for that team last week.
They extremely came off, sorry to interrupt you, they came off the gas hard in the third quarter. I mean, they could have really pressed the pace, and Sam Darnold could have had video game numbers. And They really took your foot off the gas and ran it out and got out of that game.
7-year bump.
Any team could have done that. I do think, once again, Corey made the point. Both defenses did look great. But, I mean, I don't think you're going to see this every week out of Minnesota. We're playing a bottom 3 team in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, though, was not sacked much. I think it was only 2 or 3 times, was pressured very much and caused a lot of inconsistent throws, especially that 4th down play to Garrett Wilson. I expect this to be a very hard test for Sam Darnold, and I'm with Brant. I think the 49ers know him a hell of a lot better than he knows them. Addison also is going to be hurt. I don't know if he's playing. I know he was banged up last
Nope.
week.
He won't be playing this week.
Won't
Who
be playing
cares?
this week. I
Doesn't
also
matter.
kind of on that boat. Aaron Jones looked good. But once again, if we watched Monday night's game last night, Brees Hall did not run the ball efficiently. Scored a touchdown, yes, but I don't expect to see Aaron Jones having big numbers. I think Cam Ward will be on him 90% of the
Not
game.
worried, bro.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm not saying
That's a
Jettis is gonna
joke.
get his. Jettis is going to get his, but I always go back to 49ers remind me a lot of last year's team, even with CMC out. This team's going to start 6-0, 5-0, somewhere along those lines and kind of bump these numbers up, and then they might stall out a little. But I expect to see a pretty clean sweep through these first 5 weeks for the Niners. So
It's a tough spot for him.
I expect a blowout. I expect a 14-plus point win here.
I just told you why it's a tough spot, Luke. I literally
hear
just
you.
told you. Short week
I
and
understand.
travel. Tough
They play
spot.
the Vikings.
Real quick, I'll get back to this in a minute when we get some other games later, but Niners are a potential teaser leg as well.
Ooh, teaser.
If they weren't coming off such a big, off a tough week here, Brant, with travel and short week, it would definitely be a teaser play for me. But with that said, I decided to pass and look at other spots for the teaser. Anybody? Anything
So
else?
did I. That's why I just brought it up briefly.
Literally,
I
did
love
you not
you-
feel the same way on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a 2-team teaser and say you could potentially add the Niners as a third leg, but I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly.
I would love for you to lead the next game with me.
Absolutely. Browns on the road in Jaggyville. Jags -3, shaded to the Jags, -115. Over under 41.5, shade to the under. Luke, go ahead.
Jags minus 30 of the week here. The Browns fucking blow. If Trevor Lawrence had a single good coach ever, this man made people think Dabo Swinney was a good coach. If he could ever just get a single decent coach on his fucking roster, then we'd be talking he would be MVP level quarterback here. This guy has to elevate a franchise that is just the most other than the team that he's playing this week, the Browns, the most biggest joke in the history of the NFL.
It is
It's
a joke.
pathetic.
It's a joke.
The
sounds
Jaguars, we recovered
described
this.
the Chargers. You literally just described the Chargers and Justin Herbert. I'll lay off and you can finish.
I actually brought this up. I think it's just Brant. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert are pretty much the same guy.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah.
Herbert has a better arm.
Debatable.
Trevor has better hair. Actually, Herbert has really good hair too.
Herbert has
Anywho.
better hair.
All right, back to the point.
Is this a
Trevor
football podcast?
Trevor
What are we
longer
doing
face as
here?
well.
Ooh,
Yes, Trevor longer
All right.
face.
Just get to your
Longer
tape.
okay. My take is that the Jags are going to win this game. They're going to cover the points. I think the Browns are all-time bad vibes after that. Just Myles Garrett went down to the Muni lot to hype up the fans, and they go out there and they lay the biggest egg I've ever seen. I mean, just bad vibes. They had Johnny Fanta ticked. John Fanta is ticked. This is bad. The Browns are in for an awful, a historically bad season. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean has an elbow injury by week 4 and he's out for the season. I wouldn't be surprised if by middle of the season, that's the last time we see Deshaun Watson play in the NFL.
Is this a Jameis Winston game?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Too
yet.
soon? Is it too soon?
It's
I don't
too
know.
soon, but it's looking bad. And also, the Jags should have just won that game last week. We already went over this on Sunday's pod. Jags are a good team. I'm telling you, ride with me. The Jags are a good team.
Ride with
We're
me,
believing.
people.
Believing. Jags are a good team. Browns are a bad team. Bad vibes. Jags.
Luke, I'm going to tag in with you because I'm on the same bet, but I'm a little smarter than you. I'm going to take the hook down. Jags -2.5,
We're not doing
-113,
that.
1 unit bet. I got to give the people the right bet here, okay?
people,
you come
take
under
Jags
the
minus 2.5.
3.
It's smarter to do.
Yes.
Do that.
Browns
But
and
from what we're doing on the show, it is Jags minus 3.
Jags -2.5 people. The point I have to make here that makes a lot of sense is Browns still both tackles banged up. They lose a weapon in David Njoku. Watson looks like how he always does, just kind of piggybacking on Luke. Not having both tackles made it stand out even worse. Jags are still a team that me and Luke are both on this year. They were a goal line ETN fumble away from being 1-0 on the road in Miami.
And Doug Peterson malpractice.
Give me the Jags. Hunter.
Yeah,
Minus
so
133.
I'll preface this with saying I think Trevor Lawrence is dog shit. I wouldn't say dog shit.
You
I don't
drafted him
think-
in fantasy and literally
I
said,
don't-
"Let me put all my bullshit aside. I want
I
this guy."
I don't think he's as good as people think he is. I am gonna lean. I don't have a play for this game. I'm gonna lean the ugly take and Browns +3. I think to me, even with how bad Deshaun played and how bad that O-line is, I would love to see Deshaun actually have a clean pocket
Stop.
and see what he can do from there. But
You can't read
I think-
progression.
I think the Browns, especially on defense, are too good on paper for this team to start 0-2 in the division that you know you're going to have to win in. I see them walking in and it being a close game, but I think Brown. I would love to see Deshaun with a good pocket and see what he can do from there. I think the Jags are a good team. I'm not discrediting them. They will get their wins. They'll be fine. But personally, with this defense, I think the Browns are too good on paper. I know we didn't see it well, but I think special teams had a lot to do with that Cowboys score last week. And I don't expect them to start off 0-2 in a division you know you have to win in. The hardest division in football. I think this is kind of a must-win for them in a certain stance, well, depending on what the Bengals do. But I like the Browns in this to come out of here with a win, but I do not have a play for this game.
Bryant, Corey?
Also, side note, just editor's note, when we ever go over props for this game, we need to look in money on Josh Allen for a sack.
Absolutely.
I like
Brant?
that.
Corey?
I like what Hunter said about the Browns defense. I agree. They were historically good last year. I don't really have a play for this game, but I just kind of liked Luke's reasoning for betting on the Jags, which was their coach sucks. They're a joke franchise. Give me Jags -3.5. I thought that was that really convinced me to stay away from this game.
Corey?
Yeah, just one play here for me. I think it's a pretty easy play. I like Jim Schwartz to kind of bounce back that defense after not having a very good performance against the Cowboys. I am not going to take the Browns spread. However, I do like under 38.5 in this game. I think they're going to give Trevor a lot of problems. And
Under 38.5. I see it at 41.5.
I'm sorry, yeah,
Very
41
good.
and a
This got
half.
significantly
Even
better.
better. Man, I'm sharp.
Alt spread it down to
He makes
31
his
and
own line,
39.
people. He makes his own
Yes.
lines.
Honestly, take the plus money, bring it down to 38.5. This is
Yeah, I had it at 38.5 too.
Yeah. So bring it down.
That's where I
buy-
handicapped it.
Buy
Too.
3 points, get you up plus money to 38.5. That'll go under that as well. But 1 unit on under 41.5. Sorry, and that's the play.
Awesome. Moving on. Colts on the road in Green Bay. Love missing 3 to 6 weeks with a knee injury. It's going to be Malik Willis, unfortunately. Even though I met him in Nashville one time, I love the guy personally.
Nice guy.
But he not a good quarterback.
Better human than football player.
Better human than football player. Very much true. So, Colts, I'm just going to say this, make a point. This line confused me. I understand because they're moving it basically. This line probably would have been Packers -3.5, and now it's Packers +3. But it's now Colts -3, Packers getting 3 points at home, Colts -115, shaded to the favor. Over under 40.5, shade to the over, -112. Brant, I know you got something on this one.
Yeah, I'm playing a unit on the Colts here as a fade of Malik Willis and also of the Packers rush defense, which they gave up 150 rushing yards last week. Jalen Hurts didn't really even throw the ball that well. Saquon had, I don't remember exactly, 120, 130 yards rushing. So, yeah, and I just don't think Malik Willis is very good. So Colts -3 or 3.5, whatever it is. 1 unit.
Hunter? It's -3.
Could not have said it better. I mean, Brant literally, I think, just read my script here. Malik Willis sucks was my first bullet point.
That's literally what mine says.
Colts -3 for 1 unit, -105. I really do think the AR is a good quarterback. I think he's going to figure it out.
I'm with you.
I think he's too talented not to be.
And the coach is too
also,
good.
Also,
too
my
good.
plans, I don't know since player props aren't out if I can bet this, but I had 2 plays, and it's going to be JT anytime touchdown score whenever that line comes out. Don't care what it
Love
is.
that.
I have literally in my notes. I have Saquon ran all over this defense on Friday, scoring 3 touchdowns. I know one of
Is
those
that because of Brazil? Brazil?
grass was really
Brazil, China, Japan, Mexico. It could have been in play
Bad
anywhere.
grass is better for defense than unders generally.
Is it?
Yeah.
bad. And then I also just think the Colts
It
are a
is.
better team. I know that Texans game, they probably should have lost by more. Obviously, Alec Pierce had 2 catches that probably shouldn't have happened. One of the best throws in NFL history, we might add. But yeah, I think this is a pretty simple bounce back for the Colts, and they're going to march in there and whoop some ass.
Luke, Corey, we might have a best bet. We all going to agree on this?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a fucking take quake here. This is Colts -3, easy money. I truly don't know how this line is more. I understand it's in Green Bay. Not only is Malik Willis bad, he hasn't even been in Green Bay for 6 months.
I know. It's kind of
He
crazy.
got traded there like 3 months ago.
I know.
Like he's completely set up to fail. I don't understand how the Colts don't win this game by at least a touchdown. I really don't. I'm taking Colts -3.
Corey?
Yeah, I think if the Packers want to stay competitive in this game, they're going to have to beef up that defense and they're going to have to play well. I think coming off of a pretty high-scoring game in Houston, the Colts are – no, that was in Indy, sorry. The Colts are going to regress a little bit on offense. I like under 40.5 here. I don't think Malik Willis can score, so you're not going to get any points from the Packers side. So, yeah, I like under 40.5. Seems
Also,
like
little stat
Is that a
I
unit
heard-
play for you, Corey? Sorry. Luke.
1 unit, yeah.
Little stat I heard that we would need to keep in touch for next year. The Colts have, I think Corey, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the last time the Colts won Week 1 is 2013. They've lost
Jesus.
11 straight Week 1 games.
11 straight Week 1 games. for the
Insanity.
Colts.
That's why
Insane.
we tease them. You guys actually just made me change how many units I was betting because I'm on board. I mean, I'm smarter than you guys though. I'm taking Colts -2.5 for 2 units minus
You don't get
133.
into that.
Packers lose love. Colts have the highest yards per play. This offense is super explosive with the great OC. Willis is a huge downgrade, even though I like the kid personally. Great person.
Nice guy.
Nice guy, bad player. He struggles getting thrown in the fire here. And Corey made a good point. The key here is like Packers D has to step up, right? Well, they just let up 30. So not feeling too confident in
Brazil
that.
game.
Not feeling too confident
game.
in that. And
I like the Eagles' offense a little bit better than the Colts.
I agree, but the numbers don't lie. This is the highest per play offense in the NFL as it sits. So you're getting more or less the same against a high-powered offense. 2 units, Colts -2.5.
Per play, yeah, because AR had 9
Corey,
completions and
Corey,
over 200
Corey.
yards.
Corey.
And then I also
Numbers
I don't
don't
know
lie.
if I don't know if I'm gonna bet this as well, but I'm honest. I might be on JT everything. Rush attempts over, yards over.
Give it all.
Looking back, I don't understand how this defense is so bad, but I know it could be a week 1 fluke. Don't overreact here. But I think AR and JT might combine for 200 yards rushing.
Well, Hunter's
I would-
new D coordinator. It's just tough. They're trying to
I
win
would
the
like to
defense.
say, I do think that Green Bay's defense is not as bad as they looked in that game.
They don't. They're not.
They had the Eagles stunt. Like the Eagles, other than Saquon, which I think just might be like, hey, give Saquon Barkley an offensive line. He's probably the best running back since Adrian Peterson. That when we actually see him go full go and be healthy. AJ Brown touchdown.
Jalen Hurts threw 2 Stevie Wonders. I just
Yeah.
want to point
Yeah,
out.
they
These are the worst balls
turned
we've
Jalen
seen
over twice.
out of him.
I think the Green Bay Packers defense is good. I don't know if it's going to matter when your quarterback
Is it that good though? I
my
mean,
point.
you're
They're not good.
talking like they're going to
They're
have to pitch an almost shutout to win this game. Malik Willis is going
No.
to struggle to score a touchdown.
Malik
I wonder
Willis has
what-
won 1 game in the NFL, and it was against the Kansas City Chiefs. That was
Greatest
because
game of
Mike
his
Vrabel.
life. Greatest game of his
It was
life.
because he didn't even play good. It was because of Mike Vrabel. It was not because
Yeah.
of Malik Willis.
This is more or less a bet against Malik Willis. Love the kid. Bad player though.
Yep. If he's won more than 1 game, that's on me. Pretty sure it's only one.
When
I
the
think he's won
props
one,
come
yeah.
out. When the props come out, I would also advise some people to maybe take a look at AR to throw an interception. Probably get that at a pretty good number.
Jair.
I also really like Jalen Reed rushing, whatever that's going to be, because they're going to have to get
Jaden
creative.
Reed?
Jaden Reed, excuse me. They're going to have to get creative. They are not.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get creative. It's gonna if they win this game, it's a Matt LaFleur masterclass of just
Will he
trickery.
kick a field goal to go from one score to one score in this game?
It's going to
Can I
be
bet on that?
No, because the Colts don't have Tom Brady.
Can I bet on that?
true.
You did it last week.
Anywho, moving on.
Corey, real quick, that Anthony Richardson interception prop is definitely going to be minus money.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll see what it comes out.
Anywho,
Sorry, Hunt. What?
Did you put in my JT bet anytime 1 unit?
I can.
Okay.
you don't
throw
want
it
to
in
wait till
whatever line is.
till the pod Thursday for that until you see it. Just hang on to that. Just hang on to
Okay,
that.
that's
for now.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Moving
Put it in the
on.
pocket.
Moving on. Chargers, LA Chargers on the road. Big road trip coming all the way to Carolina. Laying 6.5. Panthers getting 6.5 points at home. Minus 112. Over under in this game. 38.5 minus 110. I'm going to go ahead and start us off because I definitely have the most controversial pick in this game. Give me 1 unit, Panthers plus 6.5. This is a
think that's
tough. This is a tough bet, man. But I mean, they look like the worst team in the NFL week 1, but it's week 1. I'm not going to overreact. I still like the coach. I still like the quarterback. I like the weapons. The defense worries me, but the Chargers aren't a team that are going to blow the top off of you. So that makes me feel better about this play. Also, catching 6.5 at home in a week 2 bounce back game is insane. I feel like it's gone too far at this point. I'm more or less just playing against the value of the number than the teams itself. And to me, the Chargers are I've ranked the Chargers as an average team. So I mean, you're saying an average team is going to come in on a big road trip from LA to Carolina and lay 6.5. That is just a point too far for me. 1 unit play, Carolina plus 6.5. It's ugly, but trust the process.
You're hitting nail on head here. I'm not betting this game because I don't want to fucking watch it at all. But the Chargers are not good enough to be 6.5 point favorites
Insane.
against anyone, let alone on the road. That's
Insane.
crazy.
And this is a big road
I'm
trip.
not-
I mean, this is not a
I'm
short
not
road
officially
trip.
betting on this because if I bet on Bryce Young again and lose my money, I might lose my mind.
I will
So I'm not
die
betting
on
it,
the mound.
but
I'll die on the mound, bro, because I'm here.
Chargers should not be 6.5 point favorites considering.
No. Hunter, you look.
Hunter has something to say.
Clip that.
I,
Clip that.
Both, I think both teams are shitters. I don't think either team here is good. To me, this game screams. It's either going to be really high scoring or there's going to be virtually nothing to me. So I'm going to go ahead and put a unit on under 38.5. I know the line's so low. I don't think the Panthers can score more than 10 points legitimately. And Connor kind of hit my nail on the head, which Herbert, I don't know if he's going to have a 300-yard game this year. I mean, this offense wide receiver wise is
Average.
bad.
Average.
It's
Very
bad.
It's
average.
not average.
It's bad.
It's
It's
average.
not
bad.
average.
It's
There's
average.
there's no deep threat in this entire offense. Zero. So blowing the top off. I do have a sneaky play though. It's a lean. I wouldn't put a unit on this. Herbert anytime touchdown. Look for him to get some legs this game. He had
Dude, he
plenty.
got injured.
got a
in the
foot injury.
preseason.
He's got a foot
he's
injury.
been injured the whole offseason.
I simply don't care. You're gonna have
Right, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
and, but yeah, under 38.5 is gonna be my play.
I
Lean
simply
Herbert.
do not care. Brandon Corey.
Corey, go ahead.
Yeah, this play that I'm about to tell you guys absolutely makes me want to puke. However, I'm going with the Panthers Chargers over 38.5. I love this play so much. Honestly, after seeing both offenses last week, I don't know how the opening line isn't lower than this. I don't know how it's not 35-36 like the Steelers Broncos game.
They know.
The books are telling you something. Setting this line at 38.5 when it should be lower. I think this game soars over. I don't know how.
Soars.
I don't know why.
Clip
but it
that.
will.
Clip
I
that.
want a camera on him. I want it
Right
on
now.
face the whole game. I want it right in his face, and I want to just see it.
I
wanna see
think
his
we
How-
should start recording when we watch Sunday games
as he
because
drowns
that could
in
be
the fact that
interesting.
they're not going to score any points.
How can you say that a number should be higher than 30?
No, the number should be lower.
Right,
How do you-
lower.
Yeah,
The
than
number
38.
should be lower than 38.
That's
Did
the-
you not
well-
watch both games last week?
The Panthers' defense is atrocious.
and they lose their best defensive lineman, which is
The
tough.
books
Yeah.
are telling you something by setting this number at 38.5.
They're daring you to take the over.
Brant,
No.
finish
well,
this off here.
They're
Brand-
trying to get the suckers that take the under.
Brant, finish this off.
Panthers plus 6.5, 1 unit. I don't want to talk about
We
it.
are gonna die on this mound. I don't.
Next game.
Seahawks on the road in New England. This is the biggest road trip of the week. Just want to mention that. New England 3.5-point underdogs at home. Shaded to the dog. Patriots at 3.5. Over under
Become a trap
38.5. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Over
It's
under
baked into the line.
over
They're
under
flying private
38.5. Over under 38 flat. Minus 112 to the under. Go ahead, Mr. Big Forehead, since you got so much to say.
I got Seahawks minus 3.5 here. I think the Patriots, like Hunter said earlier, last pod, I think the Patriots won their Super Bowl, and I think this is a huge letdown spot. I think Gerard Mayo, all the guys, they got what they wanted to get out of the game. They got what they wanted to get out of the season already. They got a big win, week 1 in Cincinnati, sucked the fucking soul out of the entire city. They're going to go back to New England. They're going to overthink this. I think the Seahawks kind of got embarrassed against the Broncos. I think the Seahawks are good. I don't think the Patriots are good. It's as simple as that. Seahawks minus 3.5.
Two things for me real quick, then I'm going to pass this to Hunter. Always a Bengals fan, trying to lick his wounds. Second, I love how Luke makes takes and then says stuff to go against it. Hunter, lead us off.
What did I say?
The
what did I
Seahawks
say?
didn't look good, is what you literally just said, and then made a play
No, I
for
think the
Seattle.
Seahawks. I said I think the Seahawks weren't. Okay, if I said that, that's not what I meant. I think the Seahawks weren't happy with how that game went. I think they weren't. Okay, they had fucking 2 safeties.
Hey. Back,
Like I think the safeties were. I think the Seahawks were sloppy. I think they get that shit cleaned up. I think they go into
He
New
keeps
England.
making
and I
points
think
against his bet. Amazing. It's
The
amazing.
Seahawks are really fucking good. The Patriots really fucking suck. Seahawks minus
Hey.
3.5.
It takes a big man.
You are
to
big.
set- well, it takes a big man to let people know when he's wrong. And boy, was I wrong last week. This Pats team is the real fucking deal.
Oh my god.
I love it.
We are-
I love it.
This
Team of
defense,
Destiny.
this defense is actually suffocating, led by all that. Mainly my boy Jabril Peppers.
How good is Christian Gonzalez?
He is a top 5 corner in this
I don't
league
think
already.
Jabril Peppers played last game.
He
Did he?
100% did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And
Yes, he did.
The
He wore the
Seahawks-
thing on his helmet.
The helmet
the
condom.
Seahawks offense, like Luke said, did not impress me. Christian Gonzalez, Marcus Jones, they're going to handle their wide receivers. There's obviously, I think Tyler Lockett and Jigba are going to get involved. Seagon's going to literally be shadowing DK the entire time, I think. And once again, I really just feel like I was a hater at first because he's horrible in the media. Rod Mayo might be that guy. This might be the best team morale we've had since Brady was on this fucking team. And we're going to show dominance at the Lighthouse. Patriots plus 3.5.
Lighthouse bet?
Corey, please talk some sense into these fools.
Yeah, I don't see any way in hell that the Patriots start off 2-0 in any stretch of the imaginations. I
Nobody
think
thought
this
we were going to
team
win
is-
week 1, Corey.
Period.
I had them plus 8.5 and the under. I mean, I won 2 units on that game. Once again, in the green. Corey, that's me.
You're red.
Plug it, Corey. Plug it. He's red.
You're red because you were down how many units last week?
You were
Hold up.
born red,
5
Corey.
units.
You were
5
born
units.
red. You
Down
were
5
born red.
units last week. That was you.
Born
Anyway,
red.
let's talk to the guy that was up units. I don't see any way the Patriots start off 2-0. I think that's ugly as fuck to me. I am, however, going to bet the Seahawks money line, and I am parlaying it with the Jets money line. I see no way the Jets start off 0-2. This is an AFC East.
We're parlay.
Yeah, we're parlaying it. You can get the
Hunter did this
Seahawks
last week.
money line minus
It's when you put
170.
more than one bet
Okay,
together.
chill out. Chill
Yeah.
out. All right.
Seahawks money line minus 175 on DK right now. Jets money line minus 180 on DK right now. 2-pick parlay is plus 144. I'm throwing 1 unit on that. and that is my play.
Brant?
What game are we talking about? Sorry.
Very forgiving.
Oh, I like the
Patriots.
Seahawks. I like the Seahawks. I thought that last week was more of a testament to what a mess the Bengals offense is than the Patriots defense. So, and I like the Seahawks in a bounce back spot, like you guys said.
How can you bounce back when you win?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I was reading my notes, but I like this. I'm playing the Seahawks spread for 1 unit.
I would like to start an open conversation. I already texted Brant this earlier today. Hunter, how would you feel if
Pokemon.
we if we hired Bill Belichick? If
Okay,
we
I'm
fired
gonna
Zach
make-
Taylor because this
I'm-
season is an
What?
absolute fucking
I'm gonna make my
disaster, and we went out
point,
and got Bill
and then we're
Belichick.
gonna forget Luke ever said that. Okay.
Come on. Fuck
So
Zach Taylor, give me
I don't
Bill
know
Belichick.
how
Team's
none-
Would
soft
never
as
happen.
fuck.
I'm gonna
Team's
let.
soft as baby shit.
I'm gonna make my point now. I'm gonna let all you rats fight over who's gonna win this line. You know, we want 3.5 Patriots. We want plus 3.5. We want, the smart
Don't call
people are
anybody a
sitting
rat
back
with that
here.
mustache.
The smart people are gonna sit back here and say, "Give me 1 unit on the under 38.5." Seahawks have a huge flight across country coming to New England.
That's a
and
big.
Pats
Dude,
play.
shut up with the
Pats
flights.
played their best game of the
3-hour flight.
It
from
literally
Seattle
is
to New
So
England.
Vegas knows
It-
they're flying. This is not the
it's
first
a-
year
as
that people
someone-
traveled.
Sacramento to Columbus is 3.5 hours. It's
Yeah,
probably
it's
like,
like a 4-hour flight.
Big flight. Patriots play their best game of
And
the
they're private
season. Hey, let me make my take, and you guys can keep chirping. But I'm top unit dog, so you might want to fucking start looking at flights.
True.
You might
Plug
wanna start
yourself.
looking,
Plug
okay,
yourself,
buddy?
Cuzzo.
I'm gonna start buying points.
Plug yourself.
Pats played their best game of the season. Both these offenses look very run dependent. Now K9 is hurt. If you don't know who that is, Kenneth Walker with an abdomen injury, and Brisket can't throw over 10 yards.
fine.
Give me the under. This game finishes 14-21. Period.
How come
I agree
that-
with Connor that both teams are run dependent. I agree with that. And Kenneth Walker said in an interview today that he's
Kenneth
fine.
Walker in a play.
but-
Oh, okay.
No, I just made a point that he did have an abdomen injury, so that's
He
it.
looked like the best player on the Seahawks
Abdomen.
last week for sure.
Abdomen.
Dominant.
I will say
Abdomen.
it wasn't until the second half in that. So I'm curious to see how they come out this half because Kenneth in the first half
Did that have anything to do with the
Like I
two
said,
first
this
half
game
safeties?
ends 21-14,
special teams was awesome in that game.
and we cashed the under with ease. I don't even
NFL
care who
record
wins.
3 safeties.
Moving on.
Just
Moving
keep
on.
hitting
Moving
that.
on. Moving on.
Well, what do you get odds you get on that?
Plus
Very,
10,000.
very good.
Moving on,
Very
Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road, coming up to Detroit. Lions minus 7.5 at home, shaded to the Lions. Over under biggest total of the week. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is 51.5, shaded to the over minus 112. I'm gonna go on this one because I don't have anything on this. I lean Bucks getting the +7 and +7, but Lions Bucks games are usually within a touchdown score, so that's why I want to put that play
Where do
out
you
there.
get that from?
Last year, they
Some of your
played.
division rivals.
The Lions beat the Bucks 20-6 last year.
Maybe I was asleep for that game. I was in Florida, but I do lean Bucks getting the +7. I don't have anything on this game, so I'm gonna toss this over to Bray.
I got some on this game. The Buccaneers defense started the season without two of their starting defensive linemen who are going to miss this game again. The third starter is Vita Vea, who, because of age and size, only played about half the snaps last week, which is what you expect again. So very thin, going very deep on their defensive line already. And then they had 3 quarterbacks get hurt last week. They moved their second-year nickel, Christian Etienne, to the outside where he's never played before because they had no corners left. And Antoine Winfield, their best safety, did not leave the game with an injury, but he was seen wearing a walking boot at the facility today. So potentially 4 injured defensive backs and 2 missing starting defensive linemen for the Buccaneers. And I also thought that the offense overperformed from what they're going to be this year, so I'm playing
I
2
agree with
units
that.
on Detroit minus 7.
Okay.
2 units?
2
Yes.
units.
Hunter.
I'm gonna go because I don't
Oh,
have
okay, Luke, go
anything. I don't have anything, so I'm just gonna chime in and just say that this is gonna be a fun game to watch. I don't expect the Buccaneers to do what they did. I think that the Commanders had the worst defense in the league. I think the Lions look very sloppy. I expect a better game. I would lean Lions, but I'm not going to.
And I will chime in one more
Sit
time
back
and
and
say
watch.
I will definitely have some props on this game. I just don't like any of the
Yeah.
sides nor the total. So that's just my stance. Hunter?
Jameson
Yeah.
Williams anytime
Yeah,
touchdown.
I was gonna say potentially a Jameson Williams game with the injuries in the secondary. For,
I think
Tampa.
more Amon-Ra bounce back
Well,
here.
Amon-Ra for sure. I would take.
He
I would
also
honestly
plays receiver.
ladder Amon-Ra's receptions. Just think about that because he did not get any of his targets that he usually gets in the first game. They had Jared Goff and fucking Ben Johnson will be looking to feed him.
Hunt?
Yeah. Once again, I'm a huge buyer on Baker Mayfield and the Bucks offense. I think it is a high-powered offense. I think Bucky is fucking awesome to complement
Yeah,
Rashad
Rashad White
White.
sucks.
He doesn't. He's a fantasy merch. But I expect two high-powered offenses here. I would also lean Lions, but I am going to go with the highest total over 51.5 for one unit. I think both of these secondaries are trash. I mean, we had when Puka went down. We had,
Okay,
The Lions secondary?
the Lions secondary is not
Like-
trash.
I'm going to call him trash. We had Tyler Johnson look like an All-Pro wide receiver on Sunday Night Football.
He might
It's
be.
Sean
Puka
McVay and
goes
Matt
down hurt.
Stafford, dude.
You
Like,
can say that, but I'm going off what I saw. Cooper Kupp, I would love
it's
to
Cooper
know.
Kupp.
I don't care. And it's Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and McMillan. I think this
Those are some
offense
dogs.
is too loaded. I do expect a huge game with Connor on this and all you three. With Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams, I will be slamming pretty much any prop I can get my hands off with those two. And I like a low week out of Sam Laporta. I'm not going to bet it, but I like a low week. But I do expect a lot of points here and a lot of
Clip
touchdowns.
that. Clip that.
Over 51.5.
And
One.
Corey to round us off.
Yeah, I'm leaning Lions here. I was honestly thinking about putting a unit on it. However, seeing everybody so high on the Lions, it kind of scares me. So I'm gonna take that off the board. But look for me to bet some Amon-Ra
I literally
props
just said
coming up
lean
later
Bucks
in the
plus
week.
7.5. Plus 7. Everybody's so
No, but I
high.
know it's like Brant, Luke, Hunter, everybody. Just
Everybody but
see
the
a lot of-
winners. Everybody but
I
the
didn't
The
even-
winners.
Lions are.
It scares me, man.
They're taking sharp money too. This opened at 6 or 6.5, and now it's 7 already today on
So what,
Tuesday.
Connor? Your Bucks 6.5, 7. Plus
I just a lean for me. Just a lean.
just to wait. Yeah, whatever. I'm not taking a spread on this. I will bet some Amon-Ra props probably because he's fun and he's gonna bounce back.
Move on. Then.
Moving on, as we alluded to, Jets on the road in Tennessee. And may I add, this is technically the longest travel of the week because
Oh my Christ, bro.
New York has to fly back to New York, then hop on a plane, and then fly to Tennessee.
They do that
Okay.
immediately.
They might have not even left the airport
New
in
York
San
to
Francisco
Tennessee
yet.
is an hour.
No,
if
but
that.
they have to go from San Francisco to New York, and then from New York to Tennessee.
We need to talk about this travel thing.
They
off
left
pod.
San Francisco
It's like
I'm
last
just-
night.
4
it's just a
hours
mention.
total.
It's
It's
flight
just a
time.
mention. Just a mention.
I'm about to mention some things with this game. I'm gonna mention
This
some
this
things.
line opened at 4. It's now gone to 3.5. Jets minus 3.5 on the road. Over under 40.5 minus 110. Mr. Travel Guy Luke, go and lead us off.
I mean, the Jets are gonna win this game. I mean, this is Jets minus 3.5. Buy it. Whatever the fuck you want to do with it. You could probably get Jets minus 10. And they're still gonna win. I cannot express the amount of disappointment I have in Will Levis. I mean, holy shit. The way to choke a game, I mean, an all-time encapsulated meme of putting his hands on his head as he throws one of the worst interceptions we've ever seen. I don't know how the Titans bounce back from that. Legitimately, I don't know how you bounce back from that. Especially with a rookie head coach. I don't understand how you can get guys in the locker room to get back, like, head straight. I think that's, like, a demoralizing loss. The Jets, yeah, they didn't look great. Kind of got their teeth kicked in. It's the 49ers. The Jets... Rodgers is owned by the 49ers. It is what it is. This Jets team's good. The Jets are going to be good, and this is a get-back-on-track game. This is a... Robert Saleh is a fucking dipshit, and so is Nathaniel Hackett. I don't know how they both have jobs, but they're going to get back on track. Jets minus 3.5. It's really simple.
Hunter?
God, I love this game. I'm sick. I don't have a play in it. I love Titans plus 3.5.
I agree.
You
With
just make it a play.
I agree.
no, I'm not yet. It
You're
could on
not.
Thursday. This might change, but currently this.
If
is
you
a
do it,
lean.
I do it. If you jump, I jump.
Okay. I'm not yet. I don't think this Titans defense is being discussed enough. this Bears offense with high powered, they scored.
Is it?
I think the Bears offense is high
Also,
powered.
Roma Dunze's hurt,
I know he is. Anytime touchdown.
and Keenan Allen's fat.
But with like you,
So fat.
I have
So fat.
I have a lot of questions about both teams. Again, this is another one where week one, I don't think did a lot of justice here. I think the Titans are still a really gritty team. I like what Vrabel instilled in this team.
He's gone.
I understand. I'm saying I liked what he instilled in this team. I think it's going to keep going. I expect a close game here, ugly game. But I think the Titans can cover this line and potentially walk away with a win, starting the Jets 0-2.
I'm going to go ahead here. Piggyback on what I said, longest travel of the week. Man, seeing the Jets go 0-2 is kind of hard to believe. Rodgers definitely passed the eye test last night. Ball was zipping. But Jets defense looks awful. I was shocked. And you can say San Francisco this. It was Jordan fucking Mason, undrafted, plowing cats over. I mean, it was Trent Williams. He fucking didn't even have a trade. He just got signed and got activated a day before the game. And
Robert Salah.
Luke, please let me make my point. I think the Jets do bounce back though. Titans blow a 17-point lead late. Even though Jets have the awful travel schedule, I don't care. Jets money line 1 unit.
What are you laughing about, Corey?
I have the Seahawks money line and Jets money line parlay plus 144.
No, but what were you laughing about? What did you just about fall out of your chair?
Awful travel arrangements.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys-
like, what is
unbelievable.
that? That's no.
You
it's
guys
just
act
unbelievable.
like it's just a flight. You have to drive to the airport. You have to wait for your flight to go through security. There's a lot
They
more
don't.
to it.
want-
They do not.
They don't have
They
TSA.
don't have to do
They roll
that.
up to their
There's
fucking-
a
What are
lot
you
They're
more
not
to it.
talking
common
about?
people.
There's a
They
lot
actually
more
pull
to
up
it.
in their McLarens and their Bentleys,
Dude,
and they leave it there.
to Connor's point, though, if they were actually going through all this, I dread flying now, and I fly a lot. And they're
Okay.
pulling up to the tarmacs, and they have beds and couches.
Then you have
I
to
promise
go.
they're
You
not
stay in a
fucking worried.
hotel. There's a lot to
Oh,
it. Brant.
the poor souls are staying in the Best Western. Shut
See.
the fuck up. What are you
nice
talking about?
Next, Brant. Hey,
I
you might
didn't
want to
watch
take some
the,
notes. Red.
Yeah, Red.
I'm red.
I'm talking to
What do
Luke.
you think?
I
You're calling me Red?
In the red.
think.
You need to get in the black.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. Luke's in the red. I'm in the
Hey,
green.
let Brand talk.
I didn't watch the Jets game last night, so I don't have a play here. I just wanted to point out that this is 2 weeks in a row that Hunter has mentioned Mike Vrabel and talks about the Titans.
He's
not
doing
the
the
coach.
Ravens defense shit.
And
it's
they have the
great.
most new players of any team in the league this year.
It's a
His
So-
aura's still in the
gritty
locker room.
team.
They're an
like
entirely new team from what they were.
How
last
many
year.
players played for Vrabel that are on that team right now?
I
Jeffrey
couldn't name
Simmons,
one
Will
off the top
Levis,
of my head.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Levis played 2 games.
D-Hop. Yeah.
Brant, so
Yeah,
Brant, no
D-Hop's
play on this
really
game.
instilling the Vrabel toughness.
I'm pretty
and
sure
there's-
everything.
Vrabel didn't
No,
want to
no
draft
play.
Will Levis either.
Listen, they were gritty week one. They should have won.
There's still a
That's not
shit
grit.
Vrabel took. in the locker
Losing
room.
a 17
That's the
point
one
lead
that's-
is not grit. That's the opposite of
It
grit.
was
They were
the
not
luckiest
gritty.
That they win that game 95. I would say more than 95 out of 100 times. It's a luck ball.
Moving on, gentlemen. We are going to Washington. New York Giants on the road. Commandees laying 1.5 at home. Over under 40. Shaded to the under minus 112.
44. Over
Oh,
under 44.
excuse me. Dyslexia. 44. Shaded to the under. Corey, lead us off.
Yeah, the Giants traveling all the way to Washington here. I really hate that for them. I think the travel arrangement really sucks. It's just that
Are they flying, Corey?
That 40-minute
They might
flight is
drive.
really
Taking
gonna
a
kill
bus.
them. So I like this game fucking sucks. I'm not taking
Whoa.
either side.
Hold your tongue.
This
Lou?
game
I
sucks.
like this game.
This
Luke,
game.
go ahead.
All
I
right.
love this.
If you
Rocks.
love this game
Real
so much,
ball knowers know this
Yes,
game fucking
I got a
what?
bet for
I'm
I
gonna-
got two
I'm
bets
gonna
for
put a
this.
star.
You know what we're doing? I'm
gonna put a star on the spreadsheet.
Smacking the over.
Yep.
This total is
Bink.
so fucking low. This is probably the two worst defenses in the NFL, and you're getting this total at 44. That is absurd. We have 1.5 good offensive coaches, and we have 2 quarterbacks who can run the fucking football. One of them, we don't know if he can throw it. No, actually, we do know he can't throw it. The other one can throw it, and the other team's DBs. If you don't know who I'm talking about at this point, that's on you. Jaden Daniels is going to ball this game. Daniel Jones is going to do enough. This goes over so easily. This will be. We're not DEFCON 1. We're not nuking this, but this will be the easiest over of your life. Over 44.
Hunt.
I have 2 plays. I have over 44. Is it 44 and a half?
44.
44.
I have over 44 as well, for 1 unit. And then I have the commies minus 1.5 for 1 unit as well. I mean,
I'm gonna back it.
Say what you want.
A unit on that as well, Luke.
Unit on that as well.
Say what you want. That second half of that Bucks game, if Jaden Daniels doesn't miss Terry McLaurin by a yard on an overthrow, they look good. And I know the Bucks defense is banged up. I know that it's not very impressive. But I also made a point here every week. I think starting this week now, because that spread, in my opinion, should be way farther than 1.5 after what we just saw. I'm gonna start off with $100 on the money line of the losing teams of Giants. The Giants are gonna finish 1-16. I'm gonna stand on this. I changed it from 0-17. They're gonna get one sneaky win. But I'm gonna rake every week and roll this over until probably $100,000 and then cash out.
When does Dayball get fired, if that's what you're predicting?
I don't think, sadly,
he will get fired because that front office is so slimy. They will not take any accountability.
Shout out PMT here. I like what Big Cat said. It's so unfortunate that Daniel Jones is killing Dayball's career, because I think Dayball is a very good coach, but he's literally dying on Daniel Jones's hill.
Yeah, he's attached to him now.
If McDermott gets fired, which he should, the Bills should bring back Brian Daboll, and God fucking damn it, they will win a Super Bowl. And I hate that. I don't want it to happen. I love Josh Allen, but I don't want that to happen.
I'm gonna come back to this game and not go in Luke's mind here. I got 2 plays on this. I'm on the over as well for 1 unit. This is the worst defense in the league, talking about the Commanders, and it's not even close. Giants look awful week 1, but get a bounce back here, obviously playing such a bad defense, and they're going to put points on the board. Also, 2-unit play, 6-point teaser, Giants up to 7.5, Texans down to -0.5 point. That's a 2-unit play for me as well.
Giants 6.5.
7.5, Texans -0.5 point.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna have a play for this game, but listening to you guys has convinced me to play. Or listening to Hunter has convinced me to play Washington -1.5. Also, I thought Kamala did pretty well in the debate. So
We're gonna
plus
cut
1
that
for the
out.
Tommies.
We're
I
gonna
think
cut
the
that out.
Tommies are rolling. They're got hot.
Shout out to the Reds.
Momentum. Yeah. So yeah, I think the far left gets a big win on Sunday with Washington -1.5.
Corey?
I have no play in this game. I think it's ugly.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. Moving on. This game, man, this line has flipped. Rams on the road in Arizona. Arizona -1.5. Now, I will add, they were a 2-point dog. This line is now flipped through the 0 to Cardinals -1.5. Shaded to the underdog LA Rams -112. Over under 49, shaded to the under -112. Mr. Crazy Luke, lead us off.
This line, the way that it's moved is just it's something you don't see in the NFL.
It's due to injuries. It is. It really is.
I understand, but it's only one injury.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Look,
Are you talking about the offensive line? I guess, but like
That's a huge deal. They have like
Sure,
5
but they
linemen out.
Connor, did they play the Detroit Lions, who are way better than the Cardinals, and almost won that fucking game? Like
I don't think that was due to their offensive line. They couldn't run the football. You saw it, Kyron Williams.
Okay. Chill guy. Yeah, I have in my notes here that I think Rams money line is a play, but the more that we're talking about, the more that we're talking about how the line is flipped. I still don't know if that's playable. But this game, we talked about how the NFC West used to know with the coaches who would win each game, but now that Kingsbury's gone, I don't know if that's still.
Kingsbury's gone. Pete Carroll's gone.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lead Rams. And I'm going to take the under. Give me on the under.
Hunter?
49.
Yeah, I think this is a masterclass line by Vegas here.
Yeah, Vegas is pulling out all the stops.
Really, really good game. I said it, I think, in the first podcast. Rams are one of my dark horses to make this. They're one of my teams that I think can make a run in the playoffs if they get there. I think even without Puka, you're going to see Stafford dish and dime to whoever he wants. Stafford has the quickest release time out of all QBs in the entire NFL when it comes to getting the ball out after the snap. So I don't think the O-line is going to cause too many problems. I think they held up very well versus the Lions, and it impressed me. Cards are a team that I could easily see the Cards winning this. But I just think it's a bad spot for them after a tough loss for the Rams. The Cardinals should have lost by more, in my opinion. I'm going Rams plus 1.5, 1 unit, and expect to see a absolute domination from Sean McVay, the better coach in this game.
I'm going to go here. Man, when I first saw the line, I was like, man, if you want to bet this game, you better get the Cardinals at plus money because I was aware of the Rams O-line issues. The O-line's banged up. They're down 5 O-linemen. I mean, it's in shambles, and then you put on top of that, your Puka is out as well. I mean, at this point, it's a no bet for me. If the Cardinals will start underdogs, I would tease that up and put a max bet on that. But, Cards are also the second worst defense in the league. So that's also super tough. I lean over. It's a no play for me, but I like a lot of props in this game. This will be a heavy prop game for me. So stay tuned for that Thursday, Friday. Brant?
Can I take my under bet off? I want to do no bet on this fucking game. I just want to watch.
It's
take
so
my under
scary,
bet off,
man.
It's gone. It's gone.
Thank you.
This is what you guys are right talking about this line about Vegas being right on the nose. This is Vegas trying to scare you out of betting on the Rams in this one. It's a bet that takes courage, and that's why I'm playing Rams plus 1.5 here for 1 unit.
I like it.
It's terrifying. The offensive line injuries are terrifying. That the Cardinals have the pass rushers to really take advantage of it, and
J.J. Watt.
I'm back on the Rams. Brant convinced me I'm back on my Rams bet. Give me Rams.
It's a big balls bet.
Is it a 1 unit bet, Luke?
In the division on the road, it's not really a spot that I love to play, honestly. In the division on the road with a line that stinks this much, but I
thought travel didn't matter. I thought road didn't matter. Huh? What? Oh.
It's not the travel.
It's being
playing
in
a different stadium.
That
I'm
comes
taking,
with the travel.
Rams, 1 unit.
Monkeys.
1 unit for the Rams plus 1.5.
The Rams had to travel all the way from Detroit back to LA. Now they have to go to Arizona. Oh my god.
Anyway, Corey?
Connor, did you have a play on this game? I forgot.
No. Just a lean to the
play.
over.
So let me pull this up here. At approximately 12:58 p.m. today, we were talking about this in one of our group chats today. I quote what I said today. I said about this game, that is a trap game, and I will not be trapped. This is just like the Browns-Cowboys game last week, and all of you were trapped into taking the Browns. I'll take the Cardinals. I am not being trapped by this game. Give me the Cardinals minus 1.5. They blow the Rams out of the water. Matthew Stafford might break his leg, and that's just how it's going to be. Cardinals minus 1.5.
If I were to have a side in this game, I will say this. I do lean Cardinals, but now that it's come through the 0 and their favorite, the time to get on the Cardinals was when they were an underdog. Now at this price point, it's just a no play. You're just getting bad value.
I saw it at 2.5 earlier today. Now it's to 1.5.
There you go. You got buyback. Moving on, and I'm going to go first on this game. Cincinnati Bengals on the road in Kansas City.
That's great.
Kansas City minus 6.5 at home. Shaded to the underdog Bengals at plus 6, minus 112. Over under 47.5. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Over under 47.5, minus 110. I'm going to go first here because I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I'm 2 units, Bengals plus 6, and here's why. Bengals play their worst game all season. Get that out of the way. They do that every year in the Joe Burrow era. They have a piss down your Joe Burrow era. Piss down your fucking leg game where we look like we don't even know how to play. So they get that out of the way. And here we go again. Like I said, bounce back game. Bengals start 0-1. Chiefs start 1-0. And historically, since the Burrow-Mahomes era, the Bengals have played them extremely well. So,
Yeah.
rough week 1 for the Bengals. Overreaction. At this point, it's gone too far. This line opened Chiefs -3. It's now gone to 6. I think that's a stretch too far for me. I'm 2 units Bengals +6. Luke?
Yeah, Bengals +6 is easy here. Also, just sharp money if you want to get your fucking Burrow MVP tickets. You get them this week because they're gonna lose. This line is getting cut in half after next week. You can get Burrow MVP at +1700 right now. That line will be under 1,000 after this week. Bengals win this game outright, but we're gonna take the points.
Yeah.
Couldn't have looked worse. Amarius Mims, I hope plays. T. Higgins is not gonna play. Jermaine Burton needs to at least see the field. I don't even know if it's worth. Brand's shaking his head.
He's not good.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore that guy.
He's not good yet.
T is 100%
okay, yeah.
not playing.
He's not good, period.
Okay, listen. Jermaine Burton may not be a polished receiver. You know what he can do? He can go get the football. And you know who can throw the football? Joe Burrow. So we're gonna go. I think the Chiefs also the Patriots, to their credit, and Gerard Mayo I was very skeptical of, but he came in and he identified the Bengals' weakness and he fucking fully exploited it. And the Patriots don't even have a good offensive line. I don't think the Chiefs do either, honestly. But the Chiefs and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and all those people, they are too prideful. And this is why we beat them in the AFC Championship game, because they didn't do what they should have done, and that is run down our fucking throat. And they don't do it. They get too cute. They get too fucking, oh, look at what Patrick can do. Look at the arm angles, blah, 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 blah. And Lou Anarumo eats that fucking shit up. That's why we play the Chiefs so good, and that's why we get our teeth kicked in when someone actually wants to play us straight up. Lewis and our defense is built on fucking dropping back. Blue loves to drop fucking 8. He loves to just have 3 down linemen. He loves to drop Sam Hubbard into coverage and Trey Hendrickson into coverage. It's ridiculous sometimes, but it works against the Chiefs. Unless Andy Reid is going to change who he is and play this straight up and beat our Dixon downhill, we will win this game. That's all I got.
Hunter?
Brant, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also going to play the Bengals in this one, just because I think the number's too high, and I think the Chiefs, to Luke's point, they should run the ball, and I think they will run the ball a lot, and I think they will go heavy sets like the Patriots did. They ran the most 3 tight end sets of any team in the league last year. And I think that's going to shorten the game, and that's why I'm also playing a unit on the under as well. And I just think that this number is too high for the amount of points that are going to be scored. I think it's going to be within a field goal. I don't know if the Bengals are going to win based on what a mess their offense is, but I think the number is too big. And whoever mentioned it said that it was 3.5 before week 1, and now it's 6. I just think that that's too much of an overreaction. So
Agreed.
I'm doing 2 units on Bengals spread and 1 unit on the under.
Corey?
Corey, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna simply take Isaiah Pacheco's over in rushing yards, whatever it's at when it opens. If you want to follow me on Corey Line Chaser on Twitter, I will be
Plug
sending
it.
out. I will be sending out his line when I see it. I'll be taking the over, whatever it is. 1 unit on that. That Bengals D line looks fucking pitiful. Ramondre looks like he was running against a freshman high school team. It was really bad. So Pacheco runs really hard. Love the guy.
Might I mention we are doing a podcast Thursday, Friday for the player props for the Sunday games, and secondly, Corey Lynch also is a Pacheco fantasy owner. Hunter?
I'll re-mention it.
These are just facts.
Love this game. We're going DEF CON here, and we are going Robert Oppenheimer tech. We are going. There's no way this Bengals offense does not come out revamped. There's no way that Patrick Mahomes has a shit show when it comes to his actual touchdowns when this defense did not impress me. I know you guys are good, and we suck. But my nuke play of the week is over 47.5 points, 3 units. I expect an all-out shootout in this game. Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns thrown. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdowns thrown. I expect this to be a vintage classic on a 4 o'clock slate that kind of sucks, and it's going to keep me entertained. Over 47.5, 3 units.
All right.
I'm saying that we get Romo for this.
Love
I just
it.
want to say that.
Love
the fact
it.
that we get Romo for this instead of Brady, it's
Fantastic.
Now, time to move on to the real best game of the day. Pittsburgh Steelers
Real
on the
quick,
road.
can I say to Luke's point about Burton, whether you think he's good or not, he's not going to play next week. I promise.
I know.
Having
Well-
our offense go that terribly, you don't fix that by putting in a rookie that doesn't know what he's doing. Yoshivash and Bert and
We didn't play
the
Irwin
white guy,
either.
Irwin. Yeah, or no, Irwin played. He didn't get any targets, but he was in a lot. Yoshivash and Irwin are going to play, and Bert is not.
Burton is very talented. Just fucking run straight and go.
I'm not telling you he's not. I'm just telling you he's not going to play next week. I guarantee it.
Now,
I believe you. If
moving
Mims
on.
plays, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a different fucking story. Mims is a goddamn dog.
Now coming
Brown
the
looked
best.
like shit.
Now coming
Yeah,
the
Brown
best.
was. Did you
now-
see his PFF grade?
Now, what?
Mhm.
Now coming to the best game of the week. Pittsburgh Steelers on the road in Denver to go 2-0.
We have to talk about this?
Steelers minus 2.5, shaded minus 120.
Total
over
28.5.
over under the shortest total of the week, 36.5, shaded to the over minus 112.
I take the
Corey,
lead?
okay, Hunt, go.
We are going DEFCON back to back nukes here. This
Boom.
line for this over under is ridiculous. Give me over 36.5, 3-unit play.
Wow.
Expect Najee Harris to run all over this team. This Broncos run defense is bad. And I think we
Did
saw
you just say
glimpse of that.
Najee Harris?
I did. He ran well last week. I don't care what you tell me.
He did.
Also expect Jalen Warren. They're nursing that hamstring injury. He'll probably play more in this game, I expect. And then Justin Fields, I think, will play better. Also, I expect a lot of Broncos trash, garbage, random fumble return touchdowns that make no sense. I expect this game to low-key, it's a shit versus shit team in my eyes again. And I
Shit.
love the over. Easy play for me.
Shit.
I'm going to go here. Interesting to talk about a 2-0 team
Najee
like
Harris
that.
had 20 carries for 70 yards.
Anywho, interesting to say two shit teams when one's going to be 2-0. I know it's a rough place to play in Denver week 2 in Mile High, but Steelers come in against a highly rated Falcons team that was at a 10-win total
was-
on the road and
10 wins
dominate
because they
them.
play in the shit fucking division.
Can I make my point, or are you going to keep interrupting me?
Just don't spread fucking misinformation.
It's not these are straight facts.
All right, Bengals minus 16
Yeah.
and a half. Pipe it down.
Yeah, I mean, these are straight facts. Their win total was at 10 wins. You got
And they
something
have
to take it up
quarterback who's
with?
35 coming off.
I
the
didn't
torn
make the
Achilles on their
line.
team.
I didn't make the
Okay,
line.
don't say that they were a highly rated team. They were
They were a highly rated team. They were one of the higher win total teams.
Your fucking win
put
total
out
was like
by
8.5.
Vegas.
It's two
If your
fucking
win total
games.
is in the double digits,
If
you
you
are
are a
highly.
highly rated team. Now you
No, we
obviously
play the
don't know
NFC
ball.
South.
You obviously don't know ball, so pipe
There's
the
a
fuck
fucking
down.
difference. When
Get in
6-year
the
games
black
are
and
against
you can
shitters.
start speaking to me. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Pipe down. Let's see if you even get plus units this week. Anywho, Falcons. Steelers
You're
on the
gonna
road
lose 7 units on fucking
dominate the Falcons on the road. Now go to play a much worse opponent with a struggling young QB. Steelers have a much better defense in Seattle. Come in playing the 30th ranked rush D, which Hunter already touched on. Looks like Fields and Najee rushing props are going to be in my sights. 1 unit. Steelers minus 2.5. Brant.
I wasn't going to do anything for this game, but Hunter convinced me to play the over. I like it. I think this screams multiple Bo Nix turnovers. I foresee that happening clearly in my mind. Good field position for the Steelers. And as my grandpa used to say, you can chew brown paper and shit 37 points. So
That's right.
put me down for a unit for the over.
Corey.
Yeah, once again, I said it last week. I only have spread plays for Steelers games in 2 out of the 17 games of the year. Luke is shaking
How
his head
long is
'cause
this bit gonna go?
he knows what 2 games it is. I will
How long
keep
do I have to
saying it
wait for this bit?
until we get? Well, the Steelers don't play the AFC North until the final 8 weeks of the season, so you're going to be waiting a while. I do, however, have one play on the game. It is once again another player prop. When the prop comes out, I will mention it on my Twitter at Corey Line Chaser on Twitter. Get it there. Also, the pod on Thursday, I will mention it. Jalen Warren over his receiving yards open prop bet on Thursday, Wednesday, whatever it opens at.
Luke.
I'm not betting this game.
Jump on board.
But if
Jump
you're
on board.
not, no, I'm not. I'm not betting this game. If you don't take Steelers minus 2.5, I think it's a disservice. But I'm not betting it because I fucking hate them. The Steelers know where they stand in the division. They know what their schedule becomes. They have to win these early games, and they're gonna win them. and
Absolutely.
it sucks and it pains me. I'm not betting it. But Steelers minus 2.5.
It pains you because we're unfortunately going to
Also,
be a
I would
playoff
like
team.
to say
We're going to be a playoff
on
team.
DraftKings right now, this is just I have to gripe about this. It's disgusting. The Steelers at minus 2.5 is minus 120 juice. The Steelers money line is minus 155.
Why would
There
you
is
ever
no
take the
reason
money
that
line?
should ever happen. The books are taking your money. It's stupid. Don't take those points. If you're gonna bet the Steelers, you take that money line at minus 155 and freaking forget about that stupid juice they're
Absolutely
giving you.
not.
That's a
It's
really good
ridiculous.
point.
It's literally scamming you. Sorry,
Connor,
fuck the
Connor, what
books.
was your play again?
Minus 2.5. 1 unit.
Gotcha.
Clock me down.
God, that just shit. I'm just looking at it. It's pissing me off.
Moving
We
on.
used to get juice.
Sunday night, Bears, Texans. Bears on the road, coming to Houston. Houston favored, minus 6.5, minus 112 to the favor. Over under 45.5, shade to the under. I'm going to go because I already said my play for this game. It's the teaser with the Giants up to 7.5, Texans down to minus half a point. Just to touch on that, I wrote 2 things. Caleb Williams, Texans offense. Next.
I'm teasing this game as well. I'm pairing it with Detroit, but yeah, same reasons. For the record, Corey, I went 2 units on my. This is a 6-point teaser. It's Detroit down to minus 1, and Houston down to half a point at minus 134. And then I'm also playing a unit on the over 45.5 because of what Connor said. Caleb Williams, I said this last week, he's a high volatility player. You could see the way he was scrambling straight backwards against pressure last game. It's going to result in some big plays eventually in the season. It's also going to result in turnovers and big losses, which are all good for the over. Bears are one of my favorite over teams for the year. So despite Houston's defense being legit, over 45.5 for a unit as well.
Corey?
Someone else go. Let me get this in here real quick.
You want to go on?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I'm gonna go Texans minus 6.5 for 1 unit. The Bears to me, I also like the over. I'm not gonna bet it. I don't think maybe, but the Bears are a team that you're gonna have to impress me. That week 1, I know it's week 1, but until they do, I'm not gonna be on their side for a lot of these spreads. And also, I really do think we're potentially looking at a Super Bowl Texans roster here. I mean, this Texans team is built for it. They're deep at a lot of positions. And CJ Stroud, I mean, despite all my hate for Ohio State, he's the man. And it's very evident. I see this kind of being a waxing, could be the over. But I think 6.5 is not enough points. If that line moves to 7.5, we're talking different. At one point adjustment, I hate 7 to 3.5, 7.5 lines. But if it stays at 6.5, I will be betting that. Just 1 unit, Corey.
Yeah, I'm also on Texans minus 6.5. I think this is a pretty easy play. I think that the Texans are way better. I think that for the most part, the Titans fucking handled the Bears. I don't really understand how that game ended how it did. I think the Texans are really good. I think that their defense is going to give Caleb Williams a lot of problems. I think this is his first primetime game. Caleb Williams acts a lot of the plays when things start going, when his first, second read's not there. He starts thinking that he's still in the Pac-12 and starts running not how you do. You don't climb. He doesn't climb the pocket. I don't like his pocket presence right now. I think Caleb Williams will be good. He's not good right now. And the Texans are going to win this game pretty easily. I take Texans by 6.
Quick note here. I actually, whenever this prop comes out, especially after him throwing 93 yards, I probably will be all over Caleb Williams over in passing yards. I think I'm thinking of game script here, and there's no way, even with losing Rome, that you're not going to get Keenan Allen and DJ Moore more involved. So
I think you made a
whatever
good
that line
point.
is,
I think I look at DJ Moore versus Caleb.
What's the
Williams.
highest you'd play it at, Hunter?
I would play it all the way up to mid 190s.
Oh, it's gonna be over that, brother. It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think
over
it
No,
will.
it's no, it's
I
not.
think
What
it'll
was
be
it last
180
week?
something.
It had to be in the 200s.
Last
What
week,
was it last week?
last week was
No
180.
shot. It was in the 200s.
No way. I guess
Bro.
we'll find out. Corey?
Yeah, I said it once, I'll say it again. last week I mentioned this. I'm not a big believer in the Texans, so I'm going to keep betting against their spread every
Wow.
single week, and I'm going to keep making money while doing it. Give me the Bears plus 6.5. Colts covered their spread last week on the hook. So, yeah, just keep betting against the Texans, and you'll keep making money.
You want to mention anything that happened in that game, or do you just want to just say that they covered it?
So, if you look at the final score, if you don't...
okay.
You
So if you
remind
don't
me,
watch the game,
no,
you
remind
just
me about
look at
this.
the-
Was
okay.
the final score 29-27, and was the line Colts plus 2.5?
Correct.
It was.
Correct.
We're gonna move on because that
Thank
is
you.
fact.
Real quick, Caleb Williams' passing total last week, his over-under was 233.5.
Thank you.
That's fucking
Thank
insane. Why
you,
did we not?
Brant.
Someone let me know next time a rookie quarterback's
Do the work
fucking-
yourself, bub.
You're
and
a
maybe
line
you'll be in the
chaser.
green.
You got to know that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Some idiot was telling me to take his fucking over in rushing yards. I'm sorry.
You lost on the hook. You lost on the hook.
I didn't
brother.
bet it, so I didn't lose shit.
Moving on. Fun Monday night. Falcons on the
It was-
road in Philly.
Bird Bowl.
Philly favored -6.5, shaded -115 to the favorite. Over under 47 shaded to the under. Luke, go ahead. Finish us off
Yeah,
here.
I'm no official plays on this. I'm sure I will probably tweet out a play by the time the Monday night comes out. But the only thing I have written in my notes is whenever it comes out, I want Jalen Carter to record a sack, whatever fucking money that comes at. I think
Dirty
that
play.
Or a unit?
no,
Okay.
I'm not putting a fucking unit on a
Specify.
defensive lineman to make
Specify it.
a D tackle to make a sack. No, I said I had no
Yeah,
place
how
in
could
this.
you think he would mean that when he said it, Corey?
I have no play-
Fuck me. Am I right? Yeah.
All right, fuck you. I literally prefaced it with saying I have no plays in this game. Fuckazoid.
Fucktard.
Anyway, I will probably have a play by the time Monday night comes out, but this line is gross. I can't get over Kirk Cousins in a Falcons uniform. I can't get over him in prime time. I think the Eagles are really good. So I got nothing. I like Jalen Carter to record a sack because I think that Falcons line is very skeptical.
I'm going to go here because this is my Super Bowl pick and my number one rated team in the Eagles. It's simple. 1 unit over 47. Bounce back game for the Falcons coming into a Eagles defense that just gave up 29 points to the Packers. Much of the same, though, as the Eagles will have a ton of success on offense as well. I just think it's going to be a bounce back game for the Falcons, and it's going to be points on a Monday night with extra time to prepare. Eagles obviously get a lot of extra time to prepare. So you always got something to say about an angle. So maybe you should start thinking about this stuff more instead of being such a simple-minded motherfucker. Next.
I'll jump. Love this line. I actually can't credit Vegas enough for the lines this week. This is a very good week for lines.
They know what they're doing.
I know. I should say this every week, but this week in particular, love the value on the Falcons here. Give me Falcons plus 6.5 for a unit.
That's the play if you're gonna make it.
Convince me, Hunter. Convince me.
I think it's a trap line here. I don't give a fuck about Kirk Cousins prime time. That's Minnesota days. We're in the new and Washington days. We're in the new age here. I really do think this line also will move to 7.5 or 7, to be quite honest, and we're gonna jump all over that.
That's why
and
we're waiting.
minus 120, it probably will go up to. We're gonna jump on that. I think Kirk is gonna look better and more comfortable week in and week out once he knows that Achilles injury is not gonna bother him as much as he probably thinks it's weighing on his mind. And I also look for a huge bounce back game in Drake London against this Eagles team, which Jaden Reed just absolutely dominated. So, my final remarks here, I think the Falcons ultimately are still going to win this division. Panic button has not been set after week 1. That's the presence of TJ Watt absolutely disrupting an entire game plan. But I think the Falcons could come in here and ultimately win, to be quite honest. But I also would love, I'm not going to bet it, I don't think, but a lean is Hurts to throw an interception, specifically to Jesse Bates. And I will lock in Falcons plus 6.5. Also,
Brant?
Bijan, awesome game here. Ready for a Bijan breakout, maybe 2-3 touchdowns. Probably not, but I love it.
Brant and Corey.
No play for me.
All right. Connor, I'm going to jump on board with you. Eagles, Falcons, over 47. Honestly, this is me just wanting to have fun on Sunday night after watching football for 9
Monday
hours.
night.
Sunday night.
Oh, sorry. On Monday night after watching football all day Sunday and then having all day Monday without football. Over 47, jumping on with Connor. Like it.
Awesome.
Luke,
That is the rundown for this week. Now, two things here. We got our whale nuclear bets. Mine was the Bills plus 2.5 on Thursday night. Luke, Hunter, Branth, and Corey on our whale bets. Nuclear, Oppenheimer, turn the red key, 3-time launch code plays.
I don't have a DEFCON 1 or Oppenheimer nuclear launch code play of the week this week. I did not have enough time to look at the board. If I had to lean, if you had to say this is not official.
Give me one. Give me one.
I'm not officialing it. It's not official.
Make
You
it
haven't had
official.
enough time-
Don't be a pussy. It's for the. It's
Well,
for the.
fine.
It's for the show.
If I make it official, I need the hook. If I know we talked about not bet it.
Take the hook.
Fucking,
I'll give you the hook.
I'm taking half a point. Colts minus 2.5. As a play the music. I know we don't have the music cue. Play the music. Nuke that motherfucking line. Colts minus 2.5. Malik Willis sucks.
Hunter.
I become death.
My destroyer of worlds. Mine is over 47.5 Bengals Chiefs, 3 units, and then over 36.5 in the Steelers Broncos game, 3 units.
Brant.
I don't think I gave one. I had 2 units on that 6-point teaser, and then Corey, I want to upgrade my Colts bet to 2 units as well.
You had 2 units on Bengals plus 6 as well, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's good.
And then Colts minus 3 for 2 units.
Those are more like drone strike plays. They're not fully nukes, but
I also just want to reiterate if you want to get your fucking bets in now, make some money. Joe Burrow plus 1,700.
Is that a nuclear Oppenheimer launch code?
It is
play of the
not a
week?
nuclear Oppenheimer. It is not an official pick. It is if you want to make cash, take it now. Great value because it's going to cut in half
Corey.
after Sunday.
Yeah, I'm making my whale play something I said that I'm only putting 1 unit on earlier in the show. Cardinals minus 1.5 against the Rams is the whale play of the week for me. I am not a sucker. I am not a rat. This is a rat line. Give me the Cardinals.
Somebody clip it.
All-time rat line.
Somebody
I am
clip it.
not getting baited into this.
Can't wait.
you're falling right into Vegas's hands. They're begging you to take the Cardinals in this game.
Awesome. Love it. I love the commentary. Bankroll parlay of the week. I'm going to lead us off here. It's a 3-team money line parlay. Jets, Colts, Jags, 3-team parlay. That's going to be, I can tell you the juice right now.
Jets, Colts, Jags.
I
Yes,
just want to
sir.
clarify after the discrepancies we had. Connor, are you making that an official play?
That is that's my bankroll
thank you.
parlay of the
Yeah.
week.
I would just like to say that I was not aware of the.
That's
apparently I
a
made
3-pick
one of
parlay at plus 306.
Apparently I
3
made
money
one of my
line
parlays.
favorites.
Apparently, I made
That's
one
my
of
bankroll
these
parlay of the week.
official, and Corey told me that I made it. Oh, you made it official.
You know what, Luke? For you, I'll take
No,
one of them out.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Who needs it?
For
I-
you,
You
you
don't
need
help
it,
me
buddy.
get.
you do need it.
Hey, a lot of season left, boys.
All right.
Luke?
You got one taken. out.
So. Oh God.
Oh,
Um,
God. Oh, God.
Like I said, I was not super into this week. I had a busy week of work, but I have just cooked it up. It's really just, it's so simple when you see the board like me. So for this, we're going to do 3 money lines. One of them is a pretty heavy favorite. We're going to put the Baltimore Ravens money line in there. We're going to put the Colts money line in there because we already are nuking that one. And then we're going to go ahead. What did you put, Connor? Because I don't want to double up on you.
I did
But-
Jets, Colts, Jags.
That's Colts, Jags. I wanted to put the Jags in there. We're going to take them out. We're going to go ahead and put the Jets. Wait, you put the Jets too, didn't you?
God, I'm good.
Jesus Christ.
God, I'm
We're so
good.
fucking sharp. We're so sharp. Yeah, we're gonna put
just
the
take,
Texans.
just put
We're
both in
gonna-
there. Put both
Nope.
in there. Be a
Nope.
genius.
We're putting the Texans. I don't want to double off, so we're gonna go our parlay. We're gonna go Ravens money line, Colts money line, Texans money line. I know they're all favorites. I know that's fucking scummy. I know that's so fucking square. You take all those, you parlay them together, and you get that at what? Are we looking at? This is bad.
We're very prepared
podcasting.
here.
This is bad nonscasting. I don't understand why DraftKings is not doing this. Oh, it's because I have to log in.
Okay, well, we'll move on. Hunter, what is your
Yeah, I'll
parlay
come
of the
back.
week?
Come back to me. Come back
What
to
do you-
me.
Definitely not a bankroll. I'm gonna go four-person anytime touchdown parlay here.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm gonna start Rams Cardinals, Kyron Williams to score a touchdown. Literally, you can bet that almost every week. He'll probably be minus 200. They use him too much. Blake Corum is not even on the team, I don't think.
Non-factor.
It's Kyron's team. And then we're gonna go on a bounce back week in Tampa, and we're gonna go Amon-Ra to score there as well. He did it last year. Also, I think dropped like 10 receptions, 120 or 130 yards on him in the regular season. So I expect to bounce back. We're going to go Isaiah Pacheco and the Bengals as they have virtually no defensive line there. And then to cap it all out, Monday Night Football, expect another touchdown performance from Saquon Barkley. Don't know the odds on that. We'll get that to you Thursday/Friday podcast.
Brant?
Bengals money line, Panthers money line. That's 10-1, fellas.
Wait, what is that?
Bengals money line, Panthers money line, 10-1.
Clip that.
All right,
Corey?
I'm coming
Bank
back.
roll parlay.
I'm
It's
coming
not a
back.
nuke. It's not a nuke. It's more about we're covering the farmland with
It's-
napalm.
But it's
Yeah,
not
probably.
going on the record, correct?
Form of napalm.
No, it's
You
just a
don't want it
bankroll
on.
parlay.
You don't want it on the record.
None
No.
of these are on the record. I just want to
Well,
clarify
no, you
that.
can specify if you want a 10-1 thing on the record and it hits,
Okay.
then I'll give you.
No,
10
I don't want that
minutes.
on my record, but I am putting $500 on it.
I love that.
I'm coming back here. I want to apologize for what I just did 3 minutes ago. That was atrocious. We're going Colts money line, Rams money line, Commanders money line. You get that at plus 494, almost plus 500. That's almost 5-1 money
But that's a trap. The Rams are a trap.
For you.
for squares like you.
Okay.
They
All
are.
right. Yeah.
That is not official because I don't want. Or you made your fucking rookie touchdown parlay official.
I took it out.
Move it along. We're at an hour 40. Corey?
No bankroll builder right now. Expect it later in the week. I like doing bankroll builders based on props, player props, receiving yards, rushing yards, stuff like that. So look for that
Awesome.
later.
Awesome. Well, that
Where
is
at,
the...
Corey? Where can we find those picks, Corey?
At Corey Line Chaser on Twitter, X, either.
Great
or.
plug. Great
Perfect.
plug.
That is week 2 rundown of the lines, overs, and a couple little sprinkles for what's coming Thursday, Friday. We don't know when we're going to specifically do that. Honestly, totally forgot that player props don't come out till Thursday, Friday because of injuries. Injury report will drop Wednesday, so that'll probably shine some light on a lot of these props. And we'll release that video Thursday. Sunday recap for week 2 will be Sunday. It's going to be a fun Thursday night. It's going to be a really good week.
And-
We got a lot of bets out there.
Real quick, is there just, I'm thinking practically just with travel time, is there any way we can start doing these Friday nights? Because
Potentially.
Thursdays are going to
We'll
be
talk about this
Thursdays
off the
are-
pod, Hunter. We'll talk about this off the pod. Thank you.
Cut that. Cut that, Joel.
All right. Do not cut that. This is a one take. All right. Thanks, guys.
Follow me on Twitch. I'm going live doing debate coverage tonight. Add props to the XX. I'm doing debate reactions on Twitch.
Follow me on
man.
X, except I don't call it X because that shit's stupid. Follow me on Twitter at Line Chasers Luke.
X.
Make sure to
formerly-
follow our
I'm not a
socials.
bum. I'm at Connor Harden. Connor_Harden20 at Twitter. It's the same one. I'm
Don't
a
do
one
that.
take
You
wonder.
reactivated your fucking.
I'm a one-take
you
wonder.
reactivated your old.
And thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out week 2, boys.
Yeah.
Peace.
I need $1 bad.